All right. My name is Chris Campbell. I'm a 25-year-old day trader, and I'm currently documenting the journey of how meditation is changing my P&L and my life in general, quite frankly. So today if you saw the first video, I did a meditation called color breathing, and I redid that meditation, and essentially what I found was that it's actually one of my favorites now at this point. It's in the Monroe Institute tapes. They're the HemiSync tapes. And I've found that it's been pivotal for my trading journey and just life in general. Now, I did lose a trade today, and I woke up late, and I wasn't really that focused. And I think, now that's not to say that I win trades on days that I meditate and then I lose trades on days that I don't meditate. However, what I will say is that my probability of winning a trade goes up exponentially whenever I've had a good morning, I meditate, I come out, I do my frequency journal. And that's what I've noticed so far. I did not meditate this morning. I was super tired, like really tired. Extremely groggy on the charts, and it just didn't go the way it should have. So I went back to bed, got some more sleep, and got up and then meditated and came out and did my frequency journal. And this is essentially what I found. So this was kind of the excerpt from the book itself. Emotion is not the side effect, it's the amplifier. It tells the field how serious you are. Whatever you feel most intensely becomes instruction. That's why fear loops, and that's why joy expands. Your frequency is not just what you think, it's what you energize. So I wrote a few things that I resonated with. As I was reading the book, I just kind of wrote some of my thoughts down, and here's what I wrote. When things get tough, I tend to crash out pretty hard, and that cannot happen anymore. As we've read here, the divine hears it all. The framework does hear it all. In times of stress and anguish, relax, focus, color breathe, and find the answer. Do not feed the loop. Be consistent and maintain your frequency. I will protect my frequency with my life from now on, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of what I wrote in my journal today, and I just kind of want to harp on that for myself and anybody that sees these videos. I don't really care if anybody sees these videos. It's really for my future self, but I want to harp on that as I'm still in this flow state, because I think it's super important to reanalyze this with myself and talk about it out loud. I'm very much focused on protecting what frequency I'm at on a daily basis. And I really, really, really want to try to completely block out everything that brings my frequency down. And the reason for that is because I need to consistently have my frequency in a place where I can manifest the things that I want to manifest. And I can't do that if I'm constantly feeling this roller coaster of emotions. And I've been known to do that with myself. I know that. I know that when times get hard, I crash down really hard. When times are good, I fly really, really, really high. And I just can't do that to myself anymore. I can't do that to myself. It's too much back and forth. It's too much of a roller coaster, and if you let your highs be too high and your lows too low, then you're not feeling anything that's consistent, and you can't create much if you're not consistent in the way that you feel. And I guess that's not completely true. That's not an absolute, but it's definitely the case for me. I know there's some erratic people out there that create a lot of things, and that's cool. That's good. But for me, I've noticed that I need to dial it back and I need to consistently protect my frequency and constantly be checking myself. Am I getting too upset with this? Am I staying in that state of anger or fear, or anxiety or shame for too long? And that's what I'm going to focus on. Another piece that I wrote in here. I must focus on one powerful emotion and push to master that emotion all the time. So this was something big that I figured out today as well that I want to notate. I figure if I'm in a negative state of mind and my frequency is extremely low, it's probably better, instead of just saying, oh, I should not be here, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be here, and just pushing back, pushing away from it. A better option is to probably just focus on one of these high frequency emotions, at least higher than the one that I'm feeling at whatever time that I'm, whenever I'm in a low frequency or a bad state of mind, a state of mind that I don't want to be in. So I'm going to start focusing on picking one of these that is higher than these lower frequency states. So courage is one that I resonate with quite a bit. And I think that just feeling a level of empowerment and feeling like life is exciting is probably a lot easier than just saying to myself, I know I shouldn't be in this state of mind. I know I should be at a higher frequency right now, but I'm not because of X, Y, Z. And yeah, so that's kind of my takeaway for the day. I'm going to have a better format for these journals, like a better framework for these, because I'm speaking what's on my mind, but I think it can be organized a little better. And the last thing I want to tell this journal is what focus or intention is helping that emotion stay active, the emotion that I'm constantly running, essentially. And I wrote, if my focus and intention is to be consistent and disciplined, then I'm able to maintain my high frequency, which is needed for more good things to materialize. I focus now on not getting so upset, not getting so excited. I focus on the journey now. I simply strive to expand my knowledge and skill set from a spiritual perspective and a spiritual aspect. And that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing on growing my skill set and figuring out what it is that I can actually do here. Because people look at this very simply. It's always, oh yeah, work hard and you're going to get what you want to get. But that's not necessarily the case either. There's a framework. There's a framework that God has built. And it's my responsibility to understand that framework and to take full advantage of it as well as I live this life. And that's what I'm focusing on now, is figuring out how I can take advantage of this framework and then apply it to the charts. And to the charts specifically first and the rest of my life, because I think the charts are so detailed and meticulous that it's going to show how quickly I can change the P&L with my meditations. And so I'm very excited to see where this takes me. So far it's taken me to a much, much, much better place than I was at before. Before I would crash out and revenge trade and do all these things that were just stupid, and I was blowing accounts left and right. And now I'm not really doing that so much anymore. And I'm really proud to say that, It's been a blessing being able to find these things and just act upon them. So I'm going to keep journaling every day that I meditate, and I'm going to meditate every day. I'm going to try my best to meditate every day. There's days that I miss, and I notice that when I tell myself I'm going to do this every day, blah, 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 then I miss, and I feel guilt and shame and all these things. So my point is that I'm never going to be perfect, and I'm just going to try to meditate every day. And the days that I do meditate, I will be journaling as well, and I'll be posting those so that you guys can see all the progress. The last thing I want to do is actually give this to you guys, these the folder that I utilize for the meditation tapes. So if you just go on Safari or Google or whatever and you look up the Gateway tapes, you'll find Google Drives that hold these tapes. There's also YouTube videos that you can watch, or I don't know if there's any playlists, but that's good too. And typically I just lay down, I close my eyes, I put my sleeping mask on, and I put my headphones on so it blocks out all the noise, and I focus in, and I'm going through these tapes right now. And then right after I finish a tape, I'll come out to my desk and then I'll do my frequency journal. It's called The Frequency Effect. I can't remember who this is by. Bew Harlem. So, yeah. Great book, great journal. Granted, it was assisted with AI, I can tell. He definitely used AI to write some of this, if not all of it. But regardless, it's a great book, and you can tell that there's a lot of good knowledge in here that's helping me piece things together between the tapes, my meditations, and just my spiritual growth and that type of thing. So get this and start listening to the Gateway tapes, and you will be a much happier person. And if nothing else, I hope it assists you in your trading career as well. That's all I got.